Hello guys, welcome to you all. So first we thank Skill Edge for this beautiful YouTube series over data analytics. So let's move into the second masterclass of data analytics. So here we are going to discuss what is data analytics and its application. Now guys, what is data analytics? So first we will discuss the agenda, what we are going to cover, and then we will be looking for the sub points and the respective points for it. So what is data analytics? How analytics is being categorized into 4 different parts? How analytics has changed the entire world of scenario? Like what all efforts analytics has put in to change the organization, to change the world, that we will look. Then we will see how you yourself can contribute to the analytical world. Okay. So now let's move towards the analytics. So what is analytics? So analytics says, the Google definition of analytics says, analytics is the science of scientific process of discovering, communicating meaningful patterns which can be found out in data. Okay. So what does exactly it means? So finding out trends, finding out insights from the data, which will be helping you or your organization or your business to grow in a longer run. So what are these trends? What are these patterns and how to work with this data? So initially, whichever data comes to your organization, that we can consider as a raw data. So that raw data needs to be processed, that raw data needs to be analyzed, and the analytics comes into picture at that point. So in analytics, what we do, we acquire that data, like we read the data. So data could be your purchase bills, your sales bills, or the different sets of reports. Then we will take those reports, take those data, like it can be data, how many customers are visiting to the particular mall, how many customers are visiting to a particular site. This all can be your data, or else how many persons have crossed the red street light, right? Not specifically just number of people. It can be how much amount is being transferred per day over a particular bank. So this all could be your data, right? Now finding out trends, what are trends and pattern in this? So trends could be like maximum numbers of attempt given by a student in a CA exam. That can be one of your trend to analyze how efficient that student is, right? The other point, how many numbers of uh, successions a student takes to pass an exam, right? So that can be a very good analytic way to analyze a person's behavior, an iterative method. Okay. Now, if at all we are specific towards our business, so analytics will definitely help you to grow your business. So it will give you trends, insight. Then based on that insight, we will try to find out how those insights are helpful to us, right? Once we have found out how they are helpful to us, we will be looking towards how we can utilize those trends, patterns, and reasons behind them to for getting the used cases, for getting the beautiful insights which can help our business grow. And then once we have decided, we will be implementing some solution. So let's see which all things we have to find out, we have to work with in this analytics. So the key point which we move with is process of discovering meaningful patterns, process of discovering the meaningful patterns from the data. So your data could be anything, as we have discussed, that was considered as raw data. Once we apply some analytics, we process that data to make it eligible to get those meaningful information, right? Now, the second most important point which we need to consider while moving with your analytics, it should be communicating some meaningful information, right? There are plenty of information available, right? Like after one number, there will second two will appear. After two, three will appear. After three, four will appear. It is not a meaningful information, although it consists some of the meaning, some of the ordered or sequence, but still it is not meaningful, right? If at all we are carrying a serial number, one, after two, after three, after four. So this is not carrying any meaningful information which can help us to derive any business, right? On the other hand, if we know this part, like in a certain region, in a demographic region, okay, we do have various locations, like India, US, Belgium, China. These are the different locations. Now, if we try to analyze, there are more males in which countries? So we get India on the first, China on the second. So subsequently, we get Belgium and US. So based on this, we can decide the product size and the product requirement, particularly to the customers count, right? So if we have majority of the customers on the male side, okay, in which country? Like India and China. So there we will be pinching more products on the male side, right? And in Belgium and US, we have more customers on the female side. So we will be targeting our customers towards the female side, right? So this is how we segregate them. This is how we distribute them. So how we came to this how we came to this decision that which region we should focus on which gender. So it is with the help of analytics. So this is how analytics help you to grow your business, to decide, to make your decision better and enhance your business and enhance your profits. So now it also helps us to understand the current state of the business or the process and provide the solidification foundation to predict the outcomes. So first, it definitely helps you to find out the current scenario of the business. So first, we need to have our data. Okay, if at all our organization is there, if at all we have a very good organization like Reliance, so first we will analyze, okay, which all sectors it is working, which all sectors it is performing better, which all sectors it is performing on a lower side. Then based on that decision, based on that data, we will try to find out, okay, now which industries it is performing less, we need to work more on it, right? So how we came to know which industries of Reliance we should more focus upon based on that data, based on that insight, they are performing less, right? Now, which steps we can take it to make that industry better? We will analyze that data of that particular industry. And based on that industry of Reliance, we will find out some solution. So this is how we understand the current state, we process it, we provide the solid foundation to predict the future outcomes. So that is what your analytics means. Okay. So now analytic is being categorized into 4 different parts. First, it comes towards the descriptive part. Okay. That we see as descriptive analysis, right? Similarly, here we can see a very good distribution over the difficulty level and the value proposition for each of this analytics part. So descriptive analytics comes the first, which has the simplest, which is one of the simplest part, and it is providing the least value among the 4. Okay. Then comes your diagnostic analytics, where it is slightly tougher than the descriptive analytics, but it is also providing better values. Okay, more values towards your final outcome towards analytics. Then we have predictive analytics, where the difficulty level is moderate, and it is also giving a very beautiful insights, very beautiful value to your final outcome, your final predictions. Now we comes with prescriptive analysis, where we will see the difficulty, level is high and the value proposition is the maximum, right? So this is how your analytic is being distributed into 4 parts, categorized into these 4 parts. Okay, we will see one by one how how we have decided the difficulty level. Okay, how much we can get the value proposition from this, right? And what exactly each of this analytics department or subcategory categorized into different parts, what is the distribution between them, that we will also see. Now, first, descriptive analytics. First, we will check what happened. Okay, so what comes under descriptive analytics? We will check what are the what happened actually in the previous data, what happened in the historical part, that we will check. Apart from that, on the diagnostics analytics, we will check reasons why did it happen. Then we will look for, okay, what will be the next step. Okay, what will be the next step? And finally, we will build some solution. Okay, so this is how your journey is going to be. Okay, So now moving towards the descriptive analytics. In descriptive analytics, what we do, descriptive analysis answer your question, what happened? Okay. So what do you mean by what happened? First, we will be analyzing your past data. We will be analyzing your past data. Okay. Your data could be anything. We have discussed about the data. Your data could be your stock market data. Your data could be your finance data, banking data, any industry data, HR data. It can be of n number of forms where your data could be. We will have a next session on the data itself, where we will learn what all types of data available. Okay. Which all industries data is available for analysis, right? We will see that point. Now, so what all this past data consists of? This past data will have number of customers, okay, number of product purchase, number of product return. Like, just assume we have an Amazon data, right? So number of customers we will check, number of products purchase, number of product return, number of time they visited their site, number of time they have definitely purchased a product, okay, number and then we will check the gender ratio, then we will check the age ratio, then we will check the value, the amount of amount they have spent over a week, then we will see the distribution. Okay, so this all could be your data. This all could be your data. This is how your data could look like, and that is a very dynamic and very versatile data which I have talked about. Okay, it can be very good as like the data could be very good and small enough, like your school data, where you have percentage of a student and you have the name of that student. Okay, now based on the previous 5 years of 5 years percentage, you can predict what will happen next. So the descriptive part will basically check, okay, what happened in the past 5 years, how much that student score in last 5 years. If he is continuously scoring almost 50 to 60, 50 to 60 for the 5 years, from the first class to the fifth class, then we can predict nearby, like he will predict in the range of 50% to 60% in the sixth class itself. So this is how the analytics work. So now on the descriptive part, it gives all the information about the past data, what has happened in the data, okay, what has past occurrences were there in the data. Okay, so assume this way, like we have an we have an agricultural data, right? Now in that agricultural data, we can find out in the September month, there are more number of fertilizer buying is there. Okay, more number of fertilizer buying is there. We have seen from the past 10 years of data. Okay, so there are more number of fertilizers purchased in this month of September. Okay, similarly, we can also find out there are more number of lands available for farming in the month of March. They lend their lands for farming, right? So in the month of March, they have more lands available for lending, right? For doing the agricultural purpose, right? So these 2 points we have find out. So how we have find out? By using the descriptive analytics based on your previous data. So how we perform this? So descriptive analytics is the process. Now we will see the Google-based definition. So descriptive analysis is the process of using the current and historical data to identify the trends and relationship, right? So for this, now let's take a business example of this. So we have a very good business data of any organization. In that, we will try to find how that particular organization has performed over various businesses in the past few years. Okay, in the past few years, how we can visualize that? By using various tools like TabView, Power BI, or on the analyzing side, we have Excel, Pandas library of Python, and other softwares. Okay, other analyzing softwares we can use. So what has occurred in the past? What has happened in the past? Okay, what all spikes we have seen in the past? What all things has iteratively worked, right? Now, previous 5 years of data, if we see of any of these stocks, so then we can find it out, right? That on this particular month, that stock price moves to the lowest point. On this particular month, this stock price almost reaches to its height every year. right? So this information, how we got it? By using descriptive analytics, right? Here we will apply some your visualization tools, your mathematical tools to get some insight, some statistical tools, right? We will be using your statistics part to identify those points. Okay. So here we have a rule based points. We can definitely have some formulas. We can definitely have some logics to find out those patterns in the data, right? So that's why it is quite easy. That's why it is quite easy to handle, right? That's why it is on the difficulty level, it is pretty much easy. So if at all we can do it, we can do this descriptive analytics by your hand, or you can move it with your, or you can move it with your algorithm, or you can move it with your softwares. You can directly train your software because it is easy. You can write the code, you can write the logic, on what formula it is working, and you will get the results. So that's why it is. And now value proposition we will come to know once we will end all the four analysis. Then you will understand why the value proposition is less on the descriptive analytics side. Now the second category, or the second point, which comes to diagnostic analysis. Okay. Now here we, in the last descriptive analytics, we came to know, right? In September month, we have more fertilizers purchased. In the March month, we have a more land available. Okay. The similarly, we will have stock price on the for a particular month. We have higher cost. Stock price will be on a lower side on a particular month, right? So similarly, whenever we are finding some trends, whenever we are getting some trends, we will be getting those trends by the descriptive analytics. But the reason why that is happening, okay, what is the reason behind it? Why that particular event occurred, right? The reason why in September month only people are purchasing more fertilizers. What is the reason? So that comes with diagnostic analysis. So diagnostic analysis solves your this question. Why did it happen? What is the reason behind this? Why did it happen? Then here we look for the reason. Okay. On the diagnostic analysis is the process of using the data to determine the cause of trend. Why that particular trend has happened. Okay. Right. So take an example like in the current scenario, petrol price is hike, that is on the higher side, and it is reaching to its peak, right? So this is the trend which we have found out. We have seen 15 years of data. Now based on that data, now we can decide, okay, initially it was started with 18 rupees per liter. Now it is reaching towards 112 rupees per liter, right? So this we have seen that it is a hike. There is a hike in the market, and currently from 99 to 112, 118, the price has reached. So how we came to know? By using diagnostic analytics. Now the reason why there is a hike in the market. So as Ukraine and Russia are in war together, right? So we get most of our oil resources from Russia, Ukraine, and your Iran side, like this, all the countries. So as the war is running between these two organizations, so the petrol distribution has been cut, right? So that's why the price are in the higher side. So this reason for that cause, for the price hike, is will come under your diagnostic analytics. Okay, diagnostic analysis. Now take one more example. Okay, businesses were performing very low in the 2019 to 2020, right? 2019 to 2021, the business were performing too low. Apart from IT and few other sectors, each and every sector were facing a very bad recession time in their businesses. The reason is why so? Because now the diagnostic analytics will come into picture, and it will try to find out, okay, the reason is COVID. Due to COVID, people were unable to move, unable to rotate, right? People were unable to transfer their amount, transfer their values, transfer their products, goods. So the chain was blocked. That's why the price, that's why the businesses were performing lower side, right? So this is how you work with reasons. Okay, that comes under your data analytics. So data analytics can be done manually. You can find out the reason manually by using algorithm as well. Okay, even your algorithm can be trained in such a manner that it can get those information, and with your statistical softwares like Excel or your pandas or some of the other SAS and all, so we get the information about these trends, why that particular trend has occurred, right? Now comes towards predictive analytics, right? So in predictive analytics, we know this particular trend has occurred, right? Price hike is there in the market, right? Now the reason Ukraine and Russia are in the war. Now in the predictive part, we get the answer for the particular question, what might happen in the future. Now what might happen in the future, what will happen in the next upcoming years, right? So forecasting and predicting the future are the part of predictive analytics. What will happen? Okay, what will happen? So predictive analytics is the use of data to predict the trends and events. Now here we have to follow one specific word, that is future. Predicting future trends and events, right? In descriptive analytics, we have found out the trends which have occurred in the past. Now we have to predict in the future. First, we have predicted in past, identified rather, found rather in the past. Now we are predicting in future, right? So that comes under your predictive analytics. What happens next? So now price hike is there in the market. Petrol rate is 212. So now what should India do? Like, should India purchase more petrol because the petrol price will be on a higher side after a few years? Or if it is on a lower side, should India wait for the right time to purchase? Okay, or utilize their own resources, their storage resources they should utilize. This information we will be working with in the predictive part, right? First take this exam. Okay, so now we know the upcoming stock like TCS stock is going to move ahead. It will be going to get double in 5 years. In next 5 years, its value is going to get doubled, right? So what comes to your mind? Should we buy that particular stock? Yes. So how you got this information? Yes, because you are getting that it is going to increase. You got it that the value of that particular thing is going to increase, right? So based on which you have predicted, okay, buy that stock, right? So this is how this will come under predictive analytics. So how you came to know that price will increase? Because based on the past data you have seen from last 15 years, every year 10%, 5% or 7% TCS stock is increasing, right? TCS stock is increasing. So now based on that trend and the performance of the company, we can predict that it will rise in the upcoming future as well. So now we are getting an indication. Yes, it is going to rise. So that's why it is more of a future kind of prediction. We are predicting it. We don't know either TCS will be a losing side or on the losing side. But no, the previous history tells about the particular company that he is going to rise. If a student is failing continuously, okay, in 5th class, in 7th class, in 8th class, right? Now, what we will predict in the 10th class? So we will predict some ratio, like possibility is 40% he will pass or 60% he will fail, because in the past years he hasn't performed well. That's why we are predicting the future that it may lose, right? On the other hand, okay, Bangladesh and India, these two countries are playing their cricket match. So which country you will be betting on? Definitely India, because we have seen from the previous years of data uh, almost India and Bangladesh has played more than 100 T20 or your cricket matches. But out of them, only 15 to 20 matches are being on the Bangladesh side, rest all on the India side. So that's why based on that data, we can predict that India will win. So that prediction part will come on your analytics side, predictive analytics side. Okay. So it uses historical data to forecast the potential scenario that can happen and drive your decision. So here you work with your business planning. Okay. What steps, what will happen in the next? So you will plan your strategy here. Once you get some predictions, right? This is going to happen. Okay. Now market will be going to crash, right? So sell out everything now, right? So this all information, this all trends you find, planning you do in this part, in the predictive analytics. Now comes your prescriptive analytics. In prescriptive analytics, we take the final decision. So it comes to the decision making time, decision making step. In prescriptive part, we will check, it will answer your question, what should we do next? What should be your next step after this? So here we know the price will rise it will be moving to 150 rupees, right? The petrol price will be reaching to 150 rupees in just few years, right? So it is the right time to purchase. It is the right time to purchase more and more oil, right? Because it is going to rise, as seen, we have seen the demand. On the other hand, if a particular stock is being on a higher side, it is going to rise, right? So we should purchase. If we know that a particular business, okay, business of your, okay, your house, like your which business I can take as on a losing side? Yes, infra business, your builders, investing on any land, investing on any flats and all will not going to give you more profit, less profit, will not going to give you appropriate number of value which you should get, right? So that's why it is a loss making business. So you predicted this because of current trend, because no one is more towards purchasing more number of flats, right? So this is how you can analyze things. Now it is a decision making step where we work on deciding the solution and implementation part. Okay, we have planned in the prescriptive part. Now we will work on implementation, right? Either we should purchase or not. We will decide either we should sell or I should acquire more products, sell more products. Whatever your decisions are will be decided in this decision making step. Now in this, what Google says about this, prescriptive analytics is the process of using the data to determine an optimal course of action. Okay, so based on that data, we have to take the actions. Based on that data, the information, the predictions, we have to take the actions. Okay, so those actions will come under prescriptive analytics, right? So if a particular stock is there, price will rise. Okay, we know that price will rise. We have this idea. Then what to do? Buy. Okay, we know the price is going to fall. Then what to do? Sell. Sir, very easy. Exactly. So in nowadays, we are so advanced. We are so unique features has been introduced in the market based on the AI side, based on the analytics side. Like people are using auto trading. What this auto trading means? Now your algorithm automatically detects the price is going to move upwards, based on which it purchases a particular stock without your confirmation, right? Without your confirmation, it purchases the stock automatically, right? And when it finds some indications like the market is going to be on a losing side, market is going to fall, it sells the particular stock by itself, right? So this complete flow, making the decision by itself by the algorithms, comes under your prescriptive analytics. So now we have advanced technologies available. We can do this step manually as well as technology has also pitched in based on the data-driven decision making. So this is how data-driven decision making occurs. Okay. So various businesses are now being so evolved, even your HRs. Like when you move for an interview, some companies, it used to happen in the previous years, right? Like, yes, I have some relative as my HR, so he will refer me and I have an advantage over an interview, right? So in order to remove that advantage, in order to remove that security part, like add more security to your system, to your organization, we have companies have introduced online and video HRs, like video conference, not video evaluations. So what this video evaluation does, you give your interviews to a robot, okay, to an articulated robot, where you will be recorded, your video will be recorded, your video will be all analyzed by a machine itself, and based on that analysis he will provide you the results. You don't need to refer, you don't need to look for any of the HR, any of the physical person. Your machine will be the person who will be taking your interviews. So no biases are involved in this. This is how analytics and predictive analytics and the AI and the machine learning and your analysis has taken a step towards an exponential path where things will be more beautiful, right? So now, by considering all these relevant factors, the type of analysis yield the recommendation for the next step, right? So that we have discussed. Because of this prescriptive analytics, it is a valuable tool to data-driven decision making. Now the businesses are being more profitable by using this matrix, by using this analytics. They will identify, okay, so in this particular region, some land is going to, some road is going to be constructed, right? So they found out this point. Okay, they found out this point. They have done this prediction. It is must that there should be one road should pass from this land. So what companies will do? They will purchase that land at a lower cost. Now, when the road will be building over their land, the government will pay them a higher price. So this is how the companies make huge profits by a small and simple flow of analytics. And this all happens due to your data availability. So in this current era, why we are having so much crowded and so much analytics in this era, just because we have the data availability. Now we have the previous years of data available with us, so we can play with the data and move to this find decisions. Now some key points are there when we move with analytics. So one of them is analytics is a long-term plan. Okay, so it is not like if I implement analytics today, tomorrow I will get the results. No, it is a longer horizon game. You need to have patience. You will be growing subsequently because you know the market trend, right? You know the market trend. You have seen the historical data. So whenever that event is going to occur, you will get your profits, right? So it should not be like I have implemented analytics, I should get the immediate response. No, it is basically based on trends. If that trend repeats, you will get your profit. So this is how analytics is a long-term plan, right? And if you want to grow yourself into analytics, if you want to make your name big in this world of analytics, you need to learn some of the basic tools for analytics, with which you can implement analytics over the different sets of data. First is your Python. Okay, so Python is a basic scripting language which you will use for analyzing your data, visualizing your data. Like you can also change, modify, transform, data wrangling, which all thing you can do with this scripting language Python. Then we have machine learning, where it will be helping you to decide, where it will be helping you to predict, right? Analyze, and finally making a decision, finally building a solution. So with the help of machine learning, you will be building solution. Now comes your data visualization. So data visualization is the tool where you can visualize the past trends, future upcomings, okay, by using various graphs, like your bar graph, histogram, pie charts. So by using different sets of graphs, you will be able to visualize the current scenario and future scenario of your data. Then we have SQL servers. Okay, when the data is becoming larger and larger, we need to learn this language because we cannot do complete analysis over a single machine. We need a huge cluster of machines. So we will be working with your SQL, which will be handling your larger data. Now, how analytics has changed, the world. Okay, so we have some examples like predicting the future. Right now, we are in a stage. It is not just in your hand or in your palmistry or in your astrology. Now, even algorithms can predict the future. Not a person's future, but yes, for a community future, for a business future, or a growth future, that can be identified. So this is how analytics has changed the world altogether. Now, making things safer, right? By adding more and more filters, by finding out the number of loopholes, okay, finding out the sudden patterns without no reason. So closing those loopholes with the help of future values predictions, with the help of different sets of analytics, and providing valid solutions over it, we are making things safer, right? Like as we have discussed, fake interviews, okay, or referred interviews or biased interviews are being covered by auto generative interviews or video interviews, where you can actually some machine will definitely will analyze you based on your answers, based on your different perceptions, different behavior, facial expressions. So everything will be considered, and based on which it will provide the results. So things will be making more safer, and this is how it will remove the biases. So now things will be moving towards the better and better side, right? Better place to live on this planet. This is the base reasons why people are moving towards analytics, because everyone wants to be in a place where everything is so beautiful, right? So analytics will make this happen one day. Now we have various things available. Okay, so now your machine knows how to identify a dog, how to identify a cat as like a human being. So we have built. That has been built already. We don't need to work on it. That has been already built in the market, right? Now we are able to segment the customers. We have the group of customers. We can segment it automatically, right? This customers will definitely purchase our product. This customers are most likely they can purchase. This customer never purchase our product, right? Now this student will definitely come into merit. This student will definitely pass, and these students are most likely to get failed, right? So this is how this complete entire set of problems can be done into segmentation part, and your machine is able to do this segmentation by itself. You don't need to add any additional information or additional insights of yours to this model. This is how intelligent machines we have built, right? Using analytics. So you can see how we will be changing this world altogether. Now we have Alexa, your Cortana of Microsoft, your Amazon site, right? So what this voice recognition system, by recognizing your voice, they implement your task as like a human being. So what we are moving towards, using an analytics, we are making life simpler. We are moving towards that step where we are able to identify the emotions as well. Based on the sentences, we will be able to decide. Based on the voice, we will be able to decide, is it a positive voice, negative voice, or a neutral person it is. Is he angry? Is he happy or not? We will be able to decide. Our machine will be able to decide. So this is how analytics is changing. Now, you can also contribute to this world of analytics. How? By using some of these points by using some of these points and adding to your life, adding these points to your life will definitely help you to grow in your future. And you one day you will definitely contribute to the world of analytics. So what all things you need to change? You need to change your mindset. Think analytics into your day-to-day life. Okay. So, okay. Currently into your day-to-day life, right? Friday. Okay. Saturday, Sunday, we have a holiday, right? So if we, okay, we have one more day to bunk. Okay. Let's take it that way. If we have one more day to bunk is like taking off. So if I take on Monday, if I take on Friday, if I take on Tuesday, if I take on Wednesday. So if we take any off on Wednesday, Tuesday, and Thursday, it is going to be of no use. Okay, one day off will be there. But we will get one more advantage if we will take on Monday or Friday. We will get 3 holidays together. Now we can plan a longer weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days we have. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days we have. So this is how we can plan a longer weekend. So try to think into analytics and build your analytics on your mind itself. Change your mindset. Now, how you can change your mindset, how you can implement it by reading and studying more and more about analytics. Once you will start exploring, once you will start learning more and more about it, you will be analyzing, you will be helping your brain to think over it. Okay, think in the direction. Learn new and relevant skills. Why I have added relevant? Because there are n number of skills are available in the market. There are n numbers of skills available, and we have limited set of time, and we have to do everything whatever we want, right? So we need to identify the relevant skills. Okay, and also how much we should consider those skills. Then analyze different problems and build your analysis over it. Try to identify different problems. Okay, bigger problems, huge problems, and build your own solution, whatever it could be. It could be feasible or not, but try to build solution. It will enhance your analytical skills. Now finally comes your communication. Whatever you have found out, if at all you are unable to communicate, it is of no use, right? If you know that if we will reach to sun, if we will reach nearer to our earth will reach nearer to sun, the life will end. You know this point, right? You know this point, but you are unable to communicate. You are saying sun, earth, reach, destroy. This unrelated words, right? If you are unable to communicate those points, then it is of no use. So one of the key skills you can count it as a communication. Right communication can give you even a better opportunity, even an excellent level of opportunity, because whichever language it is, communication is must, right? Now, I have kept this slide as blank just for you, because now I have seen voice recognition system, sentiment analysis, object segmentation, computer vision tasks, object classification, right? Various NLP tasks, various AI streams we have seen. Okay, automated robots we have seen. Now I want your analytics, your vision, your understanding, where you can implement your projects over analytics. And I will be adding your projects in this slide. So think of this slide in your mind, try to add this blank page in your mind and get some beautiful ideas and build your career into analytics. So now we will be moving to our first. We will be thanking to our Skill Edge, which is our promoter partner, which is helping us to aware all of you with the help of this YouTube platform to know more and more about analytics or data analytics to all of you. So first we thank them, and then now this Edge is a platform which is working, and rigorously they are working over to change the entire system of learning. Now they are basically working how to make students directly eligible for the jobs, rather than doing a course, getting a certification, then moving to some other point and doing the job, right? And then look for job. So rather than destroying those complex part, they are building a very good organized and structured format of learning, right? and they have really acquired a very good awards from the various very big events. They have acquired various awards. The reason they they are performing very well in each and every stream they are putting in their steps. So the reason is they are working not only for the profits, they are working specifically for a cause. What cause they are looking for? To make all the students directly eligible for a particular job, right? For a particular profile. Now I have seen there are various companies. What they do, they just get those students and leave them to a place where any organization, any profile, they are not specific to profile. Once that student starts their journey in that particular profile, after 2-3 years, he realizes, oh, wrong profile I have chosen, right? But time is gone, time has reached. So that's why Skill Edge is the right platform to get right profiles, right job, in right time. So I would definitely say to explore more on Skill Edge. I have mentioned some of the official LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook links. You can move to them and find yourself a better career. So thank you all. And if at all you have any questions, I would love to answer. And yes, we can move with those questions now.